lot of people is extremely overrated. You don't have a strong bond with this person. You only know their name. You know some random facts about them, and you just call each other friends. Now imagine that with 50 other people. People think that's the life because they don't know the life. But I'm gonna tell you right now that it's astronomically better to have a friend group than it is to know a lot of friends. It's all about quality over quantity. You can't form as deep of a connection with, let's say, 50 random people that you know the name of than you can with an actual friend group. Take, for example, my friend group. I have 4 friends. I'm not gonna say their names, but I have 4 friends, and I've known one of them since 3rd grade. I've known the other since 7th grade, and I think I met a couple more freshman year of high school, and that's just been it. That's all I need because I trust these people, I know these people, we've been on adventures together, and I can call them my friends. I can trust them with money, or I can trust them with ideas, and I know that they're not gonna steal it from me. The benefits of a friend group are almost unspoken. People think that having a lot of friends is a friend group, but they're mistaken because a friend group isn't really something that you can build just from talking to a lot of people. And I'll tell you how you do that, but we'll save that. For now, let's just talk about a personal anecdote. I'm gonna talk about a personal anecdote about how we started forming the friend group because that's more imperative to your situation right now. So, must have been 3rd grade-ish, and I met this friend, right? I'm not gonna say his name because I'm gonna respect privacy rights. I met this friend, and through him, I kept meeting friends, and that's how we built the friend group. So I met the first friend in 3rd grade, and I talked a little more to him, and then the first friend moved after 6th grade. So I didn't see him, but we ended up going to the same middle school. And through him, I met a friend, and then his friend had another friend who we thought was cool, so we invited him to the group, and then that friend knew somebody else, that knew somebody else, and we invited them both to the group. That's how the group grows. Friend groups are almost like tribes, and that's what you're looking for. You need yourself a sturdy, stable team or a tribe that you can roll with in life, because without them, you're not gonna have a support system. You're not gonna truly trust anybody, and you're not going to be able to have a reliable sense of friendship. Compared to knowing a lot of people, it's imperative that if you are a young person, you have yourself a friend group, or at least that if you don't start it, you become a part of a friend group. I'm gonna kind of go on how to vet friends because I think it's really important that you don't join the wrong friend group. Starting with their habits. What do you guys do in the friend group? Now, me and my friends, we play pool, we talk about business, we have goals. We try to do like goal setting sessions, drink coffee. We don't really play a lot of video games. We used to play Roblox. Roblox is fire. Shout out all my robloxians. If your friend group is doing drugs, doing bad habits, like you don't ever go outside, or violence and crime, that's obvious, right? Just don't do bad things. If you have a group of people that are doing bad things and you're a part of them, you're either guilty by proxy, by association, or you're going to start doing the things that they do. And that's actually an important part of having a friend group, is doing the things that they do. If you surround yourself as an aspiring businessman with a group of businessmen, you're gonna start doing better business. That's the one law, that you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around. So the way that you should vet your friend groups is by your own personal habits and goals. What do you want to achieve? And is your group moving towards that same destination? If not, it's better to stay alone for a while, find someone, like I did, that is on the same mission, and then keep meeting people through them. And then eventually you'll form yourself a little tribe. Now, a very important part when you're growing your friend group is how you keep it together. First, we're gonna talk about resolving conflict, because there's gonna be conflict. If you have a group of 5 ignorant young people, some stuff is gonna happen. Some stuff's gonna pop off, and you need to know how to resolve conflict. First, you don't wanna go on the attack. If it's between you and another friend, you need to hear them out, always. Because the key to resolving conflict is not to get aggressive. Don't attack the other person's viewpoint. If they did something bad, like crime-wise, that doesn't align with your beliefs, then at that point, you might have to consider leaving, or depending on what the other friends say, you can try to help them, and that's what their support system is there for. If they refuse help at that point, you just leave them. But the ability to try to help somebody is what a friend group is really for, is what a tribe is really for. And it's why it's very, very strong. It's imperative that you have one. Because without a friend group, trying to deal with that said addiction or something like that by yourself, you can't do it. Humans are meant to have other people. So when you have a support system through a friend group, it's a lot easier to resolve your internal conflicts because you have other people helping you out. Don't attack the other person's beliefs, first of all, because they have an opinion because of their beliefs. And if you attack their opinions, you attack their identity. So don't attack their opinion. Listen and try to understand where they're coming from. If it's totally asinine, then be like, look, bro, I could be wrong, and sometimes I am, most times I am, but that shit sounds asinine. And then explain your point politely. Don't use it to antagonize the other person's point. If the one thing that you can leave this conversation with is that you don't have to attack other people's points in order to get yours across. There's also a persuasion method you could use that Socrates used in ancient Greece or Rome. I don't know. And it was the would you agree method. So you have to get the other person to agree with what you're talking about in order for them to see your point of view. Let's break it down. Let's say that I think Pepsi's better than Coke. And you say, I think Coke is better than Pepsi because they've been around longer. I would say something like, well, would you agree that the amount of time that a drink has been around is not really imperative to how good the drink tastes? Say, well, I could agree that. Then you just keep doing would you agree statements. To me, taste is more important than the amount of time that a brand has been around. Now, would you agree that both of these are caffeinated sodas? Yeah, these are both caffeinated sodas. Okay. And would you agree that they're both bad for you? Yeah, they're both bad for you. Okay. Now, to me, I would rather have a sweeter cola than a richer cola. So that's why I take Pepsi. Would you agree that my point stands? Yeah. So getting people to agree with your point is just all about breaking it down, making sure that you agree on the smaller things, and then establishing that you have differences, because you're gonna have differences. And that rolls into being a good friend. Just be available for your friends. Active listening is the best, most important skill in life, I swear to God. As long as you're actively listening to what the other person has to say, then you're gonna have people around you at all times. So just always actively listen. There shouldn't be a time where you're listening to someone that you're not actively listening to them. You should always hear more than you talk when you're speaking to anybody, or when you're having a conversation. You, since you're the one seeking out these social skills, you should be hearing more than you're talking, and you should be making eye contact. Being a good friend isn't like a hard thing to do. You just listen, you're there, shoot, be giving. So like if your friend needs $5, yeah, you can have $5, who cares? Now if they start doing things that are like weird, say for instance they only ask you for money, then you can kind of be like, dude, fuck are you doing? Like, you can tell if someone's being toxic. You have that feeling inside of you. If someone's being toxic, you cut them out. You have to set a standard for yourself that that's not what you tolerate. In conclusion, friend groups are superior to knowing a lot of people, because through friend groups you have a squad, have a team. You know, drop down. You can have a squad, you can have a team, you can have a tribe, and it's a lot easier to move around in life towards where you want to be with other people. I heard this saying, it says, you can go somewhere fast in life by yourself, or you can go somewhere farther in life with other people. And I believe that stands true. So, smash that like button because it glows when I say that. And if you want to break out of your social shell and into the social realm, click that link in the description. Book a free coaching call with me. I'll sit down, we'll talk, I'll hear your problems, I'll give you some solutions right there, and you can start becoming more social. Do all the stuff, hit all the buttons, yada yada, you know me, and I'll see you later.